get off some.
Ready? All right, questions for Coach?
Coach, a win like this over a Power 5 team, what does that mean for the program and the school as a whole heading into a week with a ton of big events here at Diddle?
I mentioned to on the radio, and then I mentioned to Todd Stewart as we're walking out. I said, I'm real proud that we played really hard, and I said I feel like, and with good reason, feel like the warm-up act for a big concert, and tomorrow night's the main show. And so hopefully our fans are excited, because for Coach Hudson, the volleyball team, this is huge for them to get to host the first and second round and play here in front of their home fans. So I hope tomorrow night we have twice as many fans in here as we had tonight for volleyball.
For you as a head coach in your second season now, where does this win rank?
Well, I think this kind of defines our team at this point. We needed a big win to kind of, not just for our confidence, for everybody that's kind of realized. I told the kids, I said, people are going to realize you're legit now. And it's not, this program is, in the last 20 years, has been one of the most solid basketball programs in the whole country. And I think they went to 19 NCAA tournaments out of the last 20 years, which is pretty phenomenal. As far as a win for this program, I mean, we've had big wins here. Western Kentucky, we've had some wins. So in the big scheme of things, this is just another one. But for me and for this team right now, this is a big one for us to win at home in front of our home fans and really kind of keep moving that bar forward.
Oklahoma is a team that comes in averaging nearly 82 points per game. You talked about how fast-paced they played today. What was the biggest key in holding them to just 63 here tonight?
Just what you said, the fast pace, not letting them get the ball down the floor. I'll tell you what, our focus was to put pressure on the passer. A lot of people talk about pressure on the ball. We were really focused on pressuring the passer because they get a lot of free passes down the court. And so we were really trying to make sure that passer had something else to worry about all night. And I think for the most part, we did a pretty good job in that respect. A lot of credit to Dee Givens and Sherry Porter for doing that all night long. And we're a little shorthanded. We got some injuries and some illnesses that we're working through. But the kids that played tonight played their guts out.
Taylor Robertson, Big 12 Player of the Week last week, pulled her to just 5 points in the first, second, and fourth quarters. What did you think of your job on her tonight?
Well, in the first half, she had 0 threes. And so you can't get any better than that on the best three-point shooter in the country. The second half, we had a couple miscues. We were changing defenses. Sometimes we were just flat denying her the ball. But there's times you change defenses. You still got to give her more attention than you give somebody else. And we didn't do that. We treated her like everybody else, and we let her get off 2. And then she made 2 that were just ridiculous. And so if she's going to have to work that hard for those threes, then we've done our job.
How important was it to get this win right before you go on this big road trip where you guys aren't going to be home until, I think, January?
Right. Well, we needed this one. I felt like we played a really great second half at St. Mary's. We didn't play better defense the second half. We changed our defense, but we still had a shot to win at the end, which is what counts. And we needed one that would end in our favor. And so it was big to get this one. And now Ball State's a great team. Brady does a super job coaching that team. We've never beaten them there since I've been here. And the last time we had Ivy and Tasia Brown, and we still got clocked by 20-plus points up there. And so this will be another big test, another big challenge. And we're looking for an opportunity to beat a good team on the road. And so that's our next bar that we want to push.
Coach, your team forced 30 turnovers. What kind of do you contribute that to having such a great game?
What I said, the pressure on the passer. We wanted to make sure that nobody really had a free look to move the ball. And we're a little shorthanded. We would have pressed a little bit more full court if we were able to sub and keep some fresh bodies out there a little bit longer. But a lot of credit to the kids that were out there. They played great pressure defense. Even though it wasn't full court all night, I think they played great pressure defense the entire night.
Coach, when your league gets cut to single digits and you see a lot of those missed free throws, what's kind of going through your head when all that's happening in the fourth quarter?
Well, you might can hear me. I'm telling them, don't worry about the last one. The last one's over. Whether you made it or missed it doesn't matter. Just focus on the next one. Just make the next one. And we're not as bad of a free throw shooting team as we were through that stretch. And the key thing wasn't just that we were missing some points. The key thing was we were putting fouls on them, and we were walking the ball down and shooting free throws. So that's the best press offense in the country. If you foul us down there 90 feet, and we can walk down here and shoot free throws, we don't have to worry about any press offense or even half court offense. So we didn't shoot the ball as well as the free throw lines that we like. But we'll take each one of those free throws that we get.
We saw Renee get carried off the court. What's kind of like her injury update?
She turned her ankle. We'll tape a Tylenol in there and she'll be good to go.
Seemed like a little bit of a slow start in the first quarter, then in the second quarter you're able to take the lead. What was the difference in that situation kind of from the first quarter to the rest of the game?
Well, really, that credit goes to Oklahoma. I mean, they came out in the first quarter. You can watch film, you can talk about it, you can prepare for it, but until you're in a fist fight, you don't know what that feels like to get punched. And so we came out and they were real physical with us, and we kind of shied away from some loose balls, some rebounds, some defensive mistakes we made. We just shied back from them, and so we had to be a little bit stronger, tougher with the ball, and I was real proud of how we came back out and responded to that. And then we talked about in the second half as well, and really just being stronger with the ball on the offensive end. That if you want to play big time basketball, you're not going to get these little touch fouls, and it's got to be clearly a foul. Otherwise, you got to be tough enough to finish. And I was real proud of. For the most part, we got pretty strong with the ball in the second half.
In the second half, I know you talked about it against teams like Belmont, Central Michigan, your maturity and not allowing them to come back. When a team does come back, like Oklahoma does tonight, how important is that to have that experience and that maturity to go like this?
Well, that's it's nice to have Whitney Creech and Raneem and Dee and Sherry Porter and kids out there that have been in this situation before, and they're hungry to prove how good they are. And so even when I never felt like we were in danger of losing the ball game. Even when they cut the lead down to single digits, I felt like we just got to keep grinding. We got to keep doing what we're doing, and we'll turn this thing back in our favor. And I told them in a huddle, it didn't matter if we won by 2 or by 20 or by 200. It didn't matter. That we just had to keep playing our game and focusing on what we got to do along the way, and then that'll take care of the result by itself. So.
Anything else? All right, thanks, Coach.